Woohoo! Oh my, look what we have here. This is the upper primary hull of the 50-inch refit. Alrighty then, as you can see, or as you may already know, I've been cleaning up on this for some time. I've totally restored this from the shattered, broken mass of plastic that it was when it got back here. And I've been rebuilding it, shaping it, smoothing it, sanding it, recutting the grid lines, etc., etc., etc. Now, I've got it just about where I want it, ready to go into silicone. I've got a couple of small flaws to fix yet. Right now, I'm going to shoot it with a couple of coats of flat white, a couple of smooth, even coats of flat white. Then I'm going to put a base coat on it before I start sanding. I'm going to let that base coat set up and fully cure for at least 72 hours. Because I want to make sure it's got that nice hard candy shell before I start sanding on it. This is going to be the final sand job I do on this, because this is going into silicone. Now I've got the bridge in the house soaking in warm water. Due to the particular nature of the type of material used in the prototyping process at the time that we had this prototyped, it is really subjective to humidity and heat. The least little heat and humidity, and it wants to get soft, so it doesn't want to fully retain its shape unless it's in a cool, dry environment. So I've got to warm it up a little bit in some warm water and slightly reshape it. So that's what I'm going to do while this is curing today. Then I'm going to do some work on the 1-to-1 Nomad, the 1-to-1 Captain's Chair, the original series communications unit for the wall mount comm unit, and at about noon I'm going to switch gears and work on super secret Project D47E. Anyway, I want to get a couple of tight shots here so you can see the detail. Now can you imagine how hard it was to sand on this, clean it up, smooth it out, shape it, and then retain all that teeny tiny detail? That is my finger. This has been a lot of work. I've gotten rid of most of the lines. This last time when I sanded, this should be it. As you can see, we've just got a hint right here of a raised platform to help people mask when they go to paint. And I've got one little bit of shadow of a flaw that I got to get rid of. This is about it right here. Now I will show a couple of pictures of what this looked like when it got back here from Florida. All the alleged professionals that had their hands on this thing and couldn't do anything with it just amazes me. All these know-it-alls that know everything there is to know about modeling, and they don't know how to do simple stuff. It's just astounding. All right, at any rate, there we go. We may not see this until the next movie, or maybe later in this movie. We shall see. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, well, it looks like we are gonna get to see it. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, I just coated this with a nice thick coat of Satin Blossom White. Okay, this is a white enamel-based paint. It's gonna sit here and cure for a little bit before I even think about moving it. I want it to set up at least 15-20 minutes. And then I've got very few little places to clean up. I know exactly where they are. I see right here, there's still one crack I'm gonna have to fill in and be very careful about recutting the grid lines around it. All right, so there is the 1/2 studio scale primary hull in gloss white, less than a week away from going into silicone. Eat your heart out, Gary. And here it is from the back. Never tell me what I can't do, people. You hear me?
Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but